Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Will Bay. Thank you for taking a few minutes to stop by the collection room and take a look at some toys and talk about some toys that, of course, we all love. That's why we're here. That's why we do this stuff. But that's it. Today, I bought a Super 7 Leonardo. Actually, I did not. I bought him quite some time ago. He finally just showed up. I'm not really wild about all the Super 7 stuff. It wasn't something I was going to really pursue, and I hadn't had any of the turtles. I have a Bebop and Rocksteady, and honestly, that was going to be good enough. Didn't really need anything more, and I saw this guy was clearance somewhere for 25 bucks, which is an insanely good price for what these figures normally run. These figures normally run $45 to $50 and up. So to see a Leonardo for 25, I was like, yeah, how can I not buy that? I'm curious. And the thing I love is that these Super 7 ones have so much of the original feel. Like, it just feels like the original turtle. Like the one you bought at Kmart when you were 5. Or when you were 10. Or when you were older. Hell, I don't know how old you were when you bought your first Ninja Turtle figure from Playmates. It looks like we get a lot of hands, and we get what looks like the original weapons rack, slightly upgraded. His katanas are curved, which in the original they were just straight flat planks. And I like that they did curve them because I think that's much more accurate to an actual sword and to the actual source material, the cartoons and stuff. You also get just updated versions of those original weapons. Probably not going to pull them all out. These things take a while to open. I'm going to focus on the figure here because that's where the real meat of the purchase is. I'm very excited. I've been wanting to kind of see what these are like for quite some time. And so I'm going to finally get to do that. It's always a harrowing experience when you do that. Now, as much as I love accessories and stuff in the package, I do feel like, as with a lot of companies, it seems like, to me anyway, you don't have to give me this much stuff. Just charge me less. Charge me less, I'll be happy. And I don't need, you know, 6 sets of hands and all this stuff. Just give me one good figure with one good head sculpt, maybe 2, and charge me less and I'll be happier. That said, this Leonardo looks fantastic. This is like an updated, tall, well-proportioned, non-squatty version of the Playmates. I'm gonna pop down here just a little bit so you get a better gist of this guy. We're gonna set that in the background so we look even more official. And I'm just really thrilled with him. I can't tell you how just good he feels in hand. Now, one thing I do worry about with Super 7 is wobbly legs. He's actually pretty stiff. They're pretty good. My Bebop is wobblier than this, but they have this weird, like, you can see it shaking in there. That's like the articulation for the whole lower half. So it's hard to not get a wobble when that's the plan of how you're gonna do that. I really like the feel of these sheaths. I mean, his scabbard, that, I can't tell you how good that feels. That just feels like very well made. As far as aesthetically, he has more texture than the original had. You can actually see he's got some texture here, and this is a little bit soft. The back shell is hard, the rest of him is hard, but that front shell is a little bit soft, and the belt and stuff is soft. And other texturing is, you can see, like around the neck and stuff, you've got some wrinkles that you didn't have in the other ones, and you've got some on the knees, which I'm not really wild about because those look a little weird. Who has that many wrinkles on their knees? And you got these inner thigh wrinkles, which, well, that's kind of creepy actually. I'm not sure why they have those, but they do. Anyway, he has, feels like ball joints at the hips. I can't really tell. it's ball joint, but I'm not gonna really wrench on it until I run him under hot water. That's just a thing I do with all figures now. I do not push them, I do not pressure them. I've had too many break. It seems like everybody gets more breakable these days. But you get ball joints at the shoulder, upper bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that works decently enough. And these wrists, I think, are just rotation. I don't think they have a pivot in them. I really don't care. I'm good with that. I'm gonna pull his swords out, put them in his hands though, see how that works. I noticed a variation in paint on the fingernails. That's nice. Oh, really stiff hands, much like the old toy. Now, he doesn't have much ab crunch or anything like that. He's just got that movable pelvic thing in there. He's got a ball joint at the hip, no upper bicep or upper thigh cut. Single jointed knee, it looks like. I can't really see into this knee pad. That's what it feels like. It feels like a single joint. Ankle rocker pivot, no unnecessary articulation in the toe, but I do like how that moves. And once again, he gets different paint on his toenails. And if you ever look, I always was impressed by how gross Ninja Turtle feet are. They just are. But I love them. I love them. So I could say a lot of stuff. He could be more posable. He could be this and that. But instead, I think what I really want to focus on is how does this feel? How does this make me feel? This makes me feel like the same excitement that I had when I opened up my first Ninja Turtle figure, when I would have bought this guy back in 1991, 92, when I would have seen him on the shelves. And I was much happier with more simple figure back then. And as a collector who's grown up, it's harder to please me with, it has to have some articulation. It's got to have some poise, some stand up. This guy has all of that, but he still has that old feeling to it. So I don't know how else to put it other than just like, that's how, like, he has all the new factors of a figure that I like, most of them, but he has a lot of the old vintage factors of a figure that I like. And I think that they have hit that harmony really well with these. I am super glad I got this figure, and it's absolutely worth the 25 bucks I paid for it. What more can I say than that? I'm thrilled. I really am. Most of the time I'm like, oh, this is a good figure. I like it. This just really, it actually makes me way happier and more nostalgic than I thought it was going to, because it has that element. I will, real quickly, while I'm thinking of it, Spider-Woman's always close. He is next to a Marvel Legends female scale. You get the idea. So you can kind of get an idea how big he is. He's not overly large, and that's good. That's my only scale comparison I'm gonna do. You all know Marvel Legends, so you get an idea of the size, but I can't say enough good. I'm really happy with it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That is my story, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.